The new Dead by Daylight chapter is Five Nights at Freddy's, and next to the Springtrap and the Freddy Fazbear pizza place map, we have a lot of secrets that you can find. And in this video, I just want to show you a few of those. There are, for example, unique interactions that you have with the Springtrap. So the Springtrap changes the map and spawns these different doors. As a survivor, you can look through different cameras and spot the Springtrap with it, and Springtrap has the possibility to go through these different doors and actually teleport. The survivors can also teleport through these doors, and when they do this and at the same time the Springtrap does it, well, you see what happens here. I'm gonna go in. I'm going in. I'm in. Another interesting fact is that when the survivor goes into the security room and the Springtrap does that at the same time, the Springtrap is jump scaring the survivor. But not only is he doing it, but dependent on which door the survivor goes through and the Springtrap goes through, it is actually a different animation that you're gonna have, and you're gonna see that the jump scare is happening at a different moment. It is a very good and nice attention to detail, which I think is really awesome. While you're at the entrance of the pizza place, there is the well-known phone that you also know from the different games. And if you're standing close to it and you're just listening close to it, well, you can hear the phone ringing, which is a reference to the phone calls from the FNAF games. A pretty obvious one is that if you're in the main building and you're also finishing the main generator, that the animatronics start to move around, and of course at the end you have some confetti that goes off. It's just pretty cute and pretty cool to see. In one of the rooms of the main building you can find the ventilation system, and in the ventilation system there is a jump scare where one of these unfinished base animatronics is coming out of it and jump scares you. In the side room you can find a lot of different blueprints for the different animatronics, and you see the different heads from, for example, Freddy or also Chica or just the pure base. When you're standing there, you can see that the different eyes are actually following you where you're standing within the room. In the main building, if you look out to the main entrance, you can see the shape of the hallway is pretty familiar. It is actually a reference to the Springtrap, where one of the ears is actually broken off and the other one stands up big and tall. In the kitchen you have this specific pallet, and if you drop that pallet you can see the kitchen utensils are actually moving around. So it is a unique pallet interaction that you have. In the ball pit room you can see that there's actually an arm sticking out from the ball pit. It is a reference to Fazbear Frights 1 Into the Pit, and the ball pit has a lot of different abilities such as time travel, stasis, vision connection, memory hopping, and also soul housing. Pretty cool that they have included it here. Also in the side room with the unfinished animatronics you can see this desk, and under the desk you can find a dead body. This is once again a reference to the different games, for example also FNAF 2, where you are able to hide under the table. You can find multiple foxies all around the map, and one of these foxies is, for example, on these boxes which are actually covered. Another foxy can be found inside the claw machine, and you also find 3 foxies at the front desk just standing and laying around.
Hey guys, Ilniro from the future also here, and I also did some research regarding the perks, and the names of the perks are also direct references to the FNAF franchise. So for example, the perk Haywire shares the same name as an attack in the game Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery. The perk Help Wanted has the same name as the game Help Wanted, which was the first VR title of the FNAF franchise. And the perk Phantom Fear is also a direct reference to the Phantom animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's 3. The Springtrap's power is called Fazbear Fright, and this is a reference again to Five Nights at Freddy's 3, where you are in the location Fazbear Fright. Interestingly, one of the novella books from the Five Nights at Freddy franchise is also having the same name. It is probably pretty clear also that the security room is a nod to Five Nights at Freddy 1, where you're also in the security room. The Springtrap never has for real actually been using the fire axe, but is oftentimes associated with it because of the music video of the living tombstones die in a fire. There you can actually see William grab the fire axe to destroy the animatronics. And the thing that I at first did not realize is that you have a very rare chance to encounter Mr. Cupcake in one of the lockers. So when you're opening it up, it is just going to jump out. In the bathroom, you can also be standing next to this stall and you can hear a slight giggle coming from the bathroom stall. And the week before, there was a similar situation and it could be potentially not towards this. You can also find the iconic red and white cups on the map, which is also a nod again to the first game. And then we also have the phaser blast gun and the duffel bag, which are seen throughout the location of the FNAF pizza place. Both of these things are also in the game security breach, even though the phaser blast gun has here an altered design. And the last thing that I want to add is the knife cleaning animation, which is potentially also a nod to Scream, or better to say the ghost face, both played by the actor Matthew Lillard.
These are some of the references and Easter eggs that we have found so far. If you also have something found, well, write it down in the comments. I would love to hear what you have there, and maybe I will make a follow-up video dependent on what it is. Thank you so much for watching. See you next video. Don't forget to check out me on Twitch, YouTube or TikTok. I would love to have you in the stream. Let's talk about the game. Till then, bye bye.